I am in Manhattan today. I am on my way to see my friend Tara, who is my sister's best friend. We were all at school together. She's a good friend of mine as well. She is primarily an actress, first and foremost. She's been in films such as Alfie and Factory Girls. She's been in TV shows, Boston Legal, recently Mercy Street, and she has just been doing a film in Puerto Rico, and before she went, she fundraised a lot of money to take with her, and I am going to go and talk to her more about what she did out there because it's pretty awesome and I want to share it with you guys. So I have just got to my mate Tara's house. Hey, she's a bit fuzzy, I'll put the focus on her any second. Tara has just got back from Puerto Rico. Before she went there where she was filming, she decided to start a GoFundMe page. And it just kind of got out of control. I mean, it's basically, how much are you on?
$42,000 so far.
$42,000 in counting. What did you expect it to raise?
10.
10? I mean, it's been amazing. And also the people who donated, I mean, it looks basically like a list of, you know, who's hot from Vanity Fair. But basically, it's still open. Everyone, the link's below. But I'm just going to talk to Tara now about what she did with all that money. Tell us the whole thing.
The whole story.
Tell us the whole story.
So I got cast in this movie in Puerto Rico, and then it got shut down during Irma, and then when they knew that Hurricane Maria was happening, they evacuated everybody from the film back up here, and once it was sort of safe-ish enough for us to go down there, the whole film went down, and that's when I started. And I decided to do a GoFundMe to take stuff with me because I wanted to be of use.
What kind of stuff were you going to take?
Well, I was looking
initially?
into water filter systems and things because the two biggest problems there are no running water and no electricity. And I thought, well, I can't carry lots of huge water filter systems in my suitcase. What can I actually take with me? Because there have been all these rumours about stuff arriving and then not enough distribution to get the stuff into the island. In other words, stuff was getting held up at customs for days and days and days and days. So I thought, what can I bring in my suitcase that will make an impact? So I started this little GoFundMe on Saturday night, sitting in my little apartment, and said it's $25 a lamp, and each lamp is, I'll show you, I've got a lamp here, can light a whole house. Does anyone want to sponsor me? And by midnight I had $5,000 worth of donations, and by the end of the weekend I had 20, and by the time I got down there I had 30,000. And so I was able to bring with me 1,000 lights, and then I ordered more, and we got them shipped in through secret channels that we knew where they would arrive, and I went and distributed them throughout the island.
When you took off to go and do this film, you arrived with these giant bags at the
Literally
airport.
body bags this big, and Delta Airlines very nicely waived the baggage fees, and legitimately thought I had 3 dead bodies.
Yay, Delta!
Yay, Delta. This is the solar panel thing, and you put this out in the sunshine all day, of which there's plenty in Puerto Rico, and then at night time you press this and you open this up, and you can hang it from the ceiling and it becomes a lantern. It's also got like a
It's so much smaller than I thought. Yeah, it's so powerful.
This is actually the smallest of the lot, but this is a flashy one, so if there's an emergency you can hang this outside. I mean, it's useful for they're invented for things like camping and things, not necessarily for natural disasters, but in a situation like this, the feedback I got in Puerto Rico was this couldn't be more useful because some of these people won't get power till August 2018. So I teamed up with the International Medical Corps, who are first responders in any disaster zone and war zone, and they took me out to some clinics, and then through them I met some other people up in the mountains who still hadn't had any aid at all, who'd started their own charity called Don't Forget About Us, Comerío, which is the name of the village. And I went up there and distributed 400 odd lamps and food and water and stuff that they had no access to because the trees have fallen and their roads are blocked and there's no help coming anytime soon.
And what kind of response were you getting from the people that you were giving these lamps to?
People were overwhelmed and so grateful and so... The morale down there is humbling and inspiring, and the people are so lovely They're very proud people. It's a very beautiful country, and their lives were devastated overnight.
And people have lost everything.
Everything.
Their
Kids
houses,
can't go to school,
people can't,
and then there's students who are 17 and they're taking the SATs, which is like the A-levels, to get into university, and they can't take them, so they now won't go to college because one hurricane took out all the power and destroyed everything. One hurricane.
And people are struggling to find clean water.
People are getting sick because they're drinking contaminated water. There's no running water. There's still no tap water. People are getting it from the side of the road, but they don't realise that that's got rat poison, or rather rat urine. You know, things like that. The biggest response to the lights was from the young and the elderly, and particularly the elderly, who told me that, you know, they're afraid to get up in the middle of the night to go to the loo because they don't want to fall, and so they're terrified in their house. They don't want to put candles up because they don't want to set fire to their house. So these lights make such a difference because they have the courage to take a step out of the bed. And for the little kids who want to read at night and want to like keep up with their schoolwork, these are bright enough to last all night, and so they're able to read their stories.
Actually, I got a lot of my friends, including a couple of Sky News reporters, to follow Tara's Instagram while she was out there because the pictures were amazing. It was really, actually, for someone like me who's watching the news and seeing everything in the newspapers, seeing kind of your mate's first-hand experience, and her pictures were really brilliant, and the stories that you were telling. Did you meet anyone whilst you were out there? I mean, I'm sure you met a lot of people whilst you're out there, but anyone that really kind of has stayed in your mind that you can't really forget about?
There were, yes, a lot of the older generation up in the mountains, particularly one guy who is a Vietnam vet, because Puerto Ricans fight for the United States in the war.
And this is the big joke about the entire scenario.
They pay taxes and they fight in combat. His whole roof had been blown off, so he was sleeping downstairs, and his blanket was an American flag, and I've got a picture of that on my Instagram. And he had a Vietnam T-shirt on, and he offered me his cat.
In return for the lamp, as a thank you. Well,
there's a lot of stray cats in that village.
And how is the cat? Where is the cat? You met the mayor.
We met the mayor.
I mean, this escalated.
She, we went to the convention centre and packed all these boxes with the cast of my film, which is Jason Sudeikis and Lee Pace and Judy Greer and Ido Goldberg. And Ido had a T-shirt on that said, it had skeletons on it, and it said black, white, lesbian, gay, trans, meaning we're all the same thing underneath. End bigotry, it says on the back. And he said, well, I'll give it to you, obviously, if you've got something that I can wear, because I can't be packing boxes naked. And she went off and came back with her T-shirt, which said Nasty, which is the one that she wore in the press
it's been everywhere.
And they swapped T-shirts, and she was amazing, and spoke to how very unamazing other people have been, and how grateful she is for the help, and how it's very much needed.
We've all seen pictures, like we know how bad it is there, and you've seen it firsthand. What can we do?
You can donate. You can donate your time. You can go there. It's a beautiful, beautiful island. You can donate to the International Medical Corps through their website, who are the first responders and are doing an extraordinary job rebuilding hospitals, clinics down there.
Or you can donate to Tara's GoFundMe page, and I love it when friends do things like this, and you can take my word for it, friend with friend now, because you know exactly where your money's going, and you can really kind of monitor that by seeing the effects of it on Tara's Instagram, Tara's Facebook, and at least kind of then you know you are making a real difference, because everyone kind of wants to give money and they kind of like to know where it's going.
And these are $25.
And they're $25. I've actually bought 2. I think I'm going to have to get some more because it's gone so well. But it's
And I asked them recently if they needed money versus the lights, and everybody wrote back to me and said, we need the lights.
Really?
We need the lights.
It's just been a game changer. You just take it so for granted. And solar-powered lights, they've got so much sun that these are just game changers. Tara, amazing. I'm so glad that we could share a bit of this story and hopefully raise some more money. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
You guys should be proud of her too. We're all very proud. And it's really, it takes some effort to get off your butt and do something when you know that your help is needed, and you got off your butt, girl.
Thanks, man.
And well done. Come here, buddy. Thank you very much for watching, for listening, for learning, most importantly. And cheers, team.
Cheers, Cal.
And look at the link below. Bye.